Hello and welcome, Montgomery College and the greater community. You are now tuned into The Box. Before I introduce our guest artist for today, I just want to give everyone a quick reminder of what The Box is. So The Box is a club located here at Montgomery College's radio station, WMCR. And what our club does is we bring in different artists from around the local community and we bring them into WMCR studio and we give them an opportunity to have their voice as well as music heard. So I'm the co-host, Kinsey, and I don't know about you, Tony, but it's good to be back.
Yeah, it's definitely good to be back on air, man. How you guys doing today in the studio?
We're good. We got Chyun right here from The Deceivers, and thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem, no problem.
So I want to just roll it off, get started. Where did you grew up in this area, right?
Yeah, I grew up in Bethesda, Maryland. Mm-hmm. I'm one of those.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, like, what got you interested in getting into music?
Really, I mean, I guess I was always kind of inclined to music as a person, but I went to a garage sale, and the only thing that interested me was, like, the best of Ed Sullivan music performances, and I got this, like, VHS tape, and I popped it in, and it was, like so many musicians before me, it was the Beatles. The Beatles on Ed Sullivan. I was just like, that's a job? I want to do that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Really? So just music, you got you heard the Beatles, and from there it was like, all right, music, you knew that was your passion, that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, it was, the job chose me, not the other way around.
Okay, the job chose you. Awesome, awesome. Definitely. So who would you say are like your musical influences and stuff like that?
Obviously the Beatles and Led Zeppelin after that. You pretty much have all the music teachers you need in the world, but I love all the kind of British invasion blues guitarists, Eric Clapton and things like that. And even old blues, Muddy Waters, and even back to the Delta stuff. But, I mean, when it goes newer, I kind of didn't get into the hair metal thing of the 80s. I like kind of punk and post-punk stuff. Like, I like the Pretenders. The biggest crush on Chrissy Hind. Oh, my God.
Definitely. So I hear you're here representing the Deceivers. You guys are a band. Mm-hmm. It's three of you guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
You are the lead guitarist, and who are your other two members?
So I'm the singer and guitarist, and Ian Burke plays the bass and backup vocals, and Toro Gamble from Tacoma Park, Maryland.
Shout out Tacoma.
What? Toro Gamble is the drummer and background vocals too, and actually everyone in the band sings because there's only three of us, so
very
make that sound bigger.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Shout out to them.
Definitely shout out to them. They couldn't be here today, but we will make sure they get the love. You know what I'm saying?
Hi, Ian and Toro.
Definitely. So your band, The Deceivers, they've been together for 10 years. You guys been together, right?
Yeah, like 10 or 11, something like that.
10, 11. That is a long time.
Definitely.
How did that go along? How did you guys get started?
Me and Ian worked together at a music school, and after all the kids left at the end of the day, all the teachers would kind of want to jam. And me and Ian just kind of connection musically. And
it just clicked. It just felt right.
Yeah, it was just like, this should be a band. Let's find a drummer. And he had a drummer in the band he used to be in called The Invisibles. And we played with him for a year. And then when he went back to school, or he went to graduate school, we needed another drummer. And I knew Toro a little bit and just asked him, hey, you want to join this band? And he's like, okay.
Okay, it's just simple. All right, let's join a band.
You got work for me? Yeah, I'll do that.
Definitely. We love music. You know, I play. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Very cool. So where'd you come up with that name, The Deceivers?
I really wanted to have... So originally we were Chyun and the Invisibles, but when the Invisibles actually got back together to do some shows, we needed...
a new name.
We needed a new name. It was just too confusing. It would... and so we did. I really wanted like this really long, like 60s, like psychedelic name, like Janis Joplin and Big Brother and the Holding Company, something ridiculous that would just annoy people. And like, I don't want to go to that show. I just don't want to write it down.
Right.
And they eventually convinced me that that was a bad idea.
And it just...
and so I really liked this traditional Irish song, Whiskey in the Jar, and one of the lines is, stand and deliver, for I am a bold deceiver. And I thought, oh, Chyun and the Bold Deceivers, that's great. And then they were like, yeah, no, that's a terrible idea. How about just Chyun and the Deceivers? And then as time went on, it was just like,
the Deceivers.
Nobody wants to hear my name. We're the Deceivers. That's it. And then it still took even longer to change it to DCeivers.
Oh, okay.
Because we're not clever enough to have done that at the beginning.
Hey, everything takes time, you know.
Yeah.
No, you are.
You gotta progress, you gotta learn, and you gotta get better. You gotta perfect your craft, really.
Definitely. So you got this new album out. When did you release this?
It's not quite that new anymore.
Okay.
I looked it up, and it came out in April of 2015.
Okay, sure. Newest album then.
Newest,
Latest,
yeah. The time goes by so fast. I was like, this thing can't have been out for like a year, not even a year. And then I looked it up, and I was like, oh my god,
Right.
it's almost it's over 2 years.
That's exciting, though, just to get out with your first album. I really want to get into one of your songs here. If you want to, I want to get into Adventure City. Do you have anything you want to let everybody know, like about that song specifically before I play it?
I just wanted something that was like super upbeat, and I was too, like my solo stuff, I was just too good at writing just straight up kind of love songs, like ballads and like Beatley songs, and I was like really challenging myself. You got to do something like not quite as autobiographical, but with still using the pronouns I and me and we and things like that. So
Cool.
that was the challenge for that song.
Awesome. It's titled Adventure City. We're going to get into it right now, and we'll be back with Sean Cullen from the Deceivers right after this.
Let's go.
Get it.
Why can't I shake the feeling that we're the only ones dreaming? And all the watchtower lights, they're out to get me, and you're running from the eyes upon the marquee. And then there's panic in the streets, and we can't get out, and I don't know why we try. When all the city lights are out, you're hiding behind the shadow of a doubt, and you wanna get by. We can be together, you know we'd be together. Don't you know that I love you so, that I never ever wanna have to let you go. We could be together, you know we'd be together. And then the spotlight hit us, but we're not gonna run. This is where we'll make our stand. And this love is gonna save us. This love is gonna save us. So and this love is gonna save us. This love is gonna save our souls.
We are back. You're listening to The Box. I'm Kinsey,
And I'm Tony. What's up?
and we got Sean Chun in the studio right now from the Deceivers.
Ahoy, hoy.
Yes. We were just listening to one of his songs off his newest album, and we love it. We love it. You played a lot of venues in this area, like in Bethesda at the Harp and Fiddle.
Yep.
Have you played at Villain and Saints before?
We have not done a show at Villain and Saints.
Okay.
We've done, like, they have, like, open mic things.
Right.
And we know the guys that used to run it, and I've done that. I can't remember if the band's done it.
Oh, cool. So what's involved in, like, an open mic?
The good ones where, like, professionals are, like, running it, you get there, and there's generally either a sign-up sheet or you just go talk to whoever's running it, kind of like the MC.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you got here fifth or you're first, and do you want to go first or do you want to go fifth? And then they just kind of organize the night
Oh, okay. I see what you're
accordingly.
saying.
And then you go up and do one song. Some places they do 5 songs. And yeah.
Very cool.
Right. I also hear that you performed at the Fillmore not too long ago.
Yeah.
How was that, and how did you get into that?
That was a whole lot of fun because it was all the fun of playing live and none of the responsibility.
Right.
Because it was this big British invasion show. And they, the guy who ran it, Ronnie Newmeyer, who does all these amazing like tribute shows, he said, does Deceivers want to come play? And what do you want to play? And he almost gave us carte blanche to just play whatever you want. Like we did a George Harrison song and a Led Zeppelin song. And it was just all a bunch of old friends who are like local DC, DMV musicians. And everyone just kind of hanging out, having to do none of the like promotional work, just walk in and play music. That's the dream.
That's awesome.
Definitely, yeah, that sounds really cool. The Fillmore, that's awesome. That's an awesome venue to be at. If you could choose right now, what venue you would want to perform at any given time, where would it be?
Can I have two answers for that?
Yes, you can.
Okay, like a local answer and then like a world answer.
All right, go ahead.
Locally, the new Anthem.
New Anthem?
Yeah, the 930 owned place that's down on the wharf. That place is just gorgeous. 3 tiers of the best sounding room, the most beautiful room. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. Last night the Foo Fighters opened it, and it was just off the charts. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
How many venues do you play at in about a year?
How many different venues? Probably, including my acoustic shows, probably on the order of about 20 different places.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, the other answer to that, for the world, I've always wanted to play the Glastonbury Festival.
And where is that at?
That is in England, and it's just this huge, like, it makes Bonnaroo look like
it sounds
3 people going on a camping trip.
Right. Have you been to England before? Have you traveled?
I have, yeah. Yeah, I was there with my family. First time I think I was like 14, so about 20 years ago, and then I've been back about 2 or 3 times since.
Okay, definitely. So let's get back into your album a little bit. I see that it have 8 songs on here. Which one would you say is your favorite song and why?
My favorite song for me personally is a song called She, just because it's kind of weird structure and the chord changes that are in it. I had written in high school, and I just was never able to use it until that. But as far as my favorite song to play live is the first song in the album, Mile of Light. It was the first song written for the record. It's just a fun, cool sounding song. And actually, my friend who I was in a band from high school, he is now this big time producer in New York, Andrew Morey. He just did Shawn Mendes's single. He just produced that. And then I just sent him this song, and I was like, "Do you think you could do the record?" And he's like, "Oh, I can't do the whole record, but I'll do one song for you." And that was the one that was already done. So I was like, "Okay, here's the tracks.
Oh, okay.
Be awesome." And Andrew Morey is just the man.
Shout out Andrew Morris, man. You're the man, okay?
Yeah.
Definitely. So, all right, so you write your own music, I assume, right?
Yeah.
All right. Where do you get your inspiration? Like, how long does it take to do your music?
I mean, every song is different. You know, some songs will come in almost as fast as you can play through it. I mean, it'll be just instant. Some songs aren't that easy. Some songs take a very long time, and it's just like a struggle to get every single one, like every word, a chord, and then...
I can understand. I can relate. I'm a songwriter myself, and
trust
me, inspiration takes some time. But
it's very frustrating when the ones that come out fast because you're like, why couldn't this? I just busted my ass last month on the other one.
Really? Yeah, no, definitely. Kenzie, you have anything you like to ask?
Yeah. So you got to open for the band Cinderella.
For the singer from Cinderella.
Oh, the singer
Tom
from
Kiefer.
Cinderella.
Yeah. When he was doing a solo tour.
I knew I got something wrong there. But it was at Tally Ho Theater?
Yes, in Leesburg.
Yeah. And I just want to ask you about how that experience was.
It was awesome. I mean, we got there, and he was already sound checking. And his voice was just this massive, like, 80s hair metal voice. But it was like, when we got there, I thought the mics were already on. They were working on maybe drum tones or something like that. But his mic wasn't on. He was just that loud and just like giant voice. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. And he was, I mean, sort of quiet guy, but really, really cool. And watching him like do his vocal warm-ups and cool downs after the show and stuff, that was really cool. And he also, didn't hurt that he had an amazing collection of guitars with him.
Right. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Do you have any other bands that like you really enjoyed opening for?
Actually, also strangely enough, at Tally Ho as well, the Smithereens. They were this just legendary 90s group they were amazing. And they were super cool guys. And we loved that show. And actually afterwards there was a fire next door.
Oh my gosh. Hopefully nobody got hurt, right?
No, it was an empty building, but then the power went out, and it was that was a nightmare.
Well, I want to get into another one of your songs off your latest album, Worlds Collide.
I actually like that track.
That's actually about wanting to play at the Glastonbury Festival. That is what that song is about.
There you go.
What do you know?
Perfect. All right, I'm going to get into that song right now. We're just going to play a little, probably like a little preview of it just so we can get back and talk about more things.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Keep it locked. We're on the box. Chill.
The night is young. The night is young, and we have been here before. It's just a matter of time. What will become? What will become of us as we walk through the door? God only knows. Oh. Stand up and watch the sky. Raise your flags up high, and know my friends are here tonight. We'll watch our worlds collide. Just keep it calm. Save your breath and just keep carrying on. We're not at war with you. The good die young. The good die young without any warning at all. So tonight we'll be there. Stand up and watch the sky. Raise your flags up high, and know my friends are here tonight. We'll blow up like dynamite. Stand up and watch the sky. Raise your flags up high, and know my friends are here tonight. We'll watch our worlds Stand up and watch the sky. Raise your flags up high, and know my friends are here tonight.
And we're back. Go ahead.
Yes, we are back. Thank you, Kenzie, for tuning me back in. We are here in the studio with Chyun, representing Deceivers. That was Worlds Collide for everybody who don't know. Awesome song. Awesome song.
Yeah,
Definitely.
We really like that. You have like a lot of feel from like other artists. Like you do Foo Fighter covers and stuff like that.
Yeah, at the shows, yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice, but it's like it's not exactly like you're not like that sounds just like somebody else. It sounds like a little bit like Incubus sometimes. Like
Yeah, we do kind of if we wrote the songs. So
Okay.
like when we play, it's like, this is how Times Like These or My Hero or, Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. Like it's just, what if it was my song? So I don't feel like beholden too much to the song. It's like, I still want to be the guy playing, not like just basically a radio.
Right.
right,
Yeah.
definitely.
Not that there's anything wrong with radio. Radio is the best.
Radio is the best way to get your music heard.
Definitely.
The first choice. Now, do you have any upcoming shows coming up? Any venues you're going to be at?
Yeah, we've got a big show on Halloween night, on Tuesday, that Halloween, at Bethesda Blues and Jazz. We're opening for a good friend of our band's kind of co-headlining show with the Vikings, but we're going to be doing a set before them. A little bit of it is going to be a tribute to Tom Petty because we love Tom and his music.
Tom Petty, they love you.
Yep.
They love you so much.
R.I.P. Tom Petty. That was a blower. But we're going to do a tribute to Tom Petty. Not all Tom Petty music, but maybe a little mini set within our hour or so. And you can get your tickets online, BethesdaBluesJazz.com, and come see us. And the band we're playing with, the Vikings, they are just fantastic.
So, guys, you heard it first on Halloween, that Tuesday. They will be performing at Bethesda Blues Jazz. Go ahead, go online and get your tickets at BethesdaBluesJazz.com. Go ahead, get your tickets. The Deceivers will be there. There's going to be a Tom Petty tribute, and the Vikings as well. It's going to be a really good time. Don't miss
Definitely.
it.
You can also catch a lot of their stuff if you just go to their website, thedeceivers.com. You guys have a really nice website.
Oh, that's all. I made our first website, and it just looked like the internet in the 90s. It was so terrible. And then my bassist, Ian Burke, he was like, just stop. I'll take care of this. Don't do it anymore.
He was like, you know what? Let me do it. I got it.
Yeah.
So I guess.
And he really knows his stuff. It's a great website. He's really put it together well.
Yeah, it's really good.
All jokes aside, are you gonna have Ian do your next album cover too as well?
Yeah, I would love him to do it because he's an amazing graphic designer. Actually, that's what he's.
Not
I think.
Not saying
trained
that
in.
this one isn't bad. I actually like it. It's really cool.
Thank
it
you.
has like this space kind of time warp going down.
Yeah.
With X and Y, the Deceivers. It looks really cool. It's like really eye catching in a sense. You look at it, you be like, wait, what's this? And you turn around, you got, okay, let me give it a try. Let me give it a listen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, they got so many different shows coming up. You can see them live next Thursday, too, October 19th. They're performing at 5 p.m. in Kensington at the K-Town Food Truck Night.
Yep.
That sounds fun.
Yep.
You can do that. They'll also be performing at Harp and Fiddle in Bethesda Friday, October 20th.
Hey.
So they're just all over the place right
Just
now.
come out,
Working.
man. If
Yep.
you want to remember, you know what? Follow them on all social media. All their social media is The Deceivers.
Yep, Facebook,
Yep.
Twitter, Instagram.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, MySpace, Friendster.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Go ahead and follow you, even if
Friendster.
you just want to sit in music.
You
Just
forgot
follow
about that
them
one,
out.
didn't you?
I thought you just made that up.
No, that was a real one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just follow them, give them a shout out, promote their music, and just help the local artists. We all got to work together to build everybody up.
Support
You know what
local
I'm
music.
Definitely. They're on SoundCloud, Spotify. Are you guys on anything else?
iTunes, Rhapsody Music, like all the
Amazon?
ones that. Yeah, Amazon. Yeah,
okay.
Amazon. All the other ones that come in the package of
Yeah.
digital distribution that nobody ever actually.
Definitely. So you have your
Cool.
BMIs and you have your ASCAPs and all the things like that.
Yeah.
Really-
Doing the whole the songwriter.
And how hard was that?
Whatever you call those things?
How hard was that? What's the word I'm looking for? That this process to getting your BMIs and getting solidified.
I can't even remember which one I am, BMI or ASCAP. You basically do one or the other. It's not that hard. You go online and you sign up and you basically say,
This is me.
This is who I am. These are my songs, and then I think you wait something like 10 days or 10 business days, and then they get back to you or something.
Okay.
That's cool. That's cool.
It was not hard, definitely. So if you had to collab with anybody in the near future, like who would you want to collab with, other than like the Foo Fighters? And
Yeah, U2 and Led Zeppelin, and yeah. I really love. She's a good friend of ours. I really love this girl, Haley Fahey.
Okay.
She's got an amazing voice, and she has just like this really cool, slightly quirky but super pop and awesome musical sensibility. I'd love to do a record with her. She's awesome.
Okay, Haley
Fahey.
Haley Fahey, you heard her first on the box. He wants to collab with you.
Yeah.
So reach out to him.
Yeah.
Or if he reaches out, don't be mean. Give him a song.
Haley, don't be mean to me.
Give him a song. He's a really handsome guy too as well.
It's called A Face for Radio.
Face for radio.
So we're coming to the end of our program, but I want to ask you, what can our audience expect from you moving forward, or just going to your shows?
At the shows, you can certainly expect, I think, the greatest rock and roll show of all time.
All right, yeah.
I mean, it's just high energy. I don't really ever feel like you have to sell it that much because rock and roll is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right. Got the awesome job. You do that head movements with your guitar. You have any guitar tricks, anything like that?
I don't have any of the cool ones. Like I've seen bands like flip guitars over their shoulders, and I'm like, I'm gonna I'm too much of a klutz. I'm gonna hurt myself if I do that. There's no way that's gonna happen.
Go down on your knees, you know what I'm saying?
Actually, the owner of Harp and Fiddle always jokes. He's like, if I don't stand on the furniture, because I do that all the time, I'll like go climb up on stuff,
okay.
and he's been like, if I don't do that, he'd be like, hey, are you feeling okay? Why didn't you break any of my furniture today?
Oh, really? Like, oh, so he wants you to break his furniture.
Oh yeah, he wants the rock show brought. He wants his bar to feel
Turn
like a
up
club.
and go all out.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
True that. Well, you're gonna definitely want to catch one of those shows. It's getting wild, apparently.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna have to buy me a ticket because I want to see it for myself. You jumping on furniture and stuff like that. I gotta see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stealing people's wine. Yeah.
Tom Cruise style. Get on a couch. Who cares?
Some Mike Jagger stuff.
Yep.
Oh, but before we close out, I want to just give a special thanks to all the members of the box. We got Nombi, she's our photographer. Chris, he does social media. Shelly, Hillary, our producers. Bree and Giuseppe, they work with production. Judith and Shar, our backup hosts. And of course, we got me and Tony.
Oh, of course, man. Shout out to the box. We couldn't do it without you guys.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chyun and the Deceivers for coming out, airing out our first opening show of the season. Thank you so much.
Happy new season.
Thank you, man. I'm glad that you guys were our first to kick it off right. Couldn't ask for nobody better.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a blast.
Awesome.
Definitely.
We got to shout out Professor Copeland, too. She makes it all happen here at the radio department. And, catch their next show, their Halloween show.
Yeah, and go online, buy our records.
Oh, yeah, definitely buy their songs. It's worth it. I like it. Words Collide is so far my favorite song. I'm definitely going to go back and listen to She. It's number 7 on the track. Remember, guys, the Deceivers.
Oh, and there's also a secret hidden track that
Ooh.
Oh, it's
everyone
a
will
secret
like.
hidden track. Go look for it, y'all. Definitely.
Very cool. What do you want to leave us with before? I just want to let you leave us with whatever you want.
Oh boy, that's dangerous to give to musicians. That's very dangerous to give to musicians. Well, I suppose I should be the responsible musician and say, hey, come to our shows, buy our music.
And not be responsible, what would you say?
If I was to not be responsible, I'd say, go make sure you always go out, get a drink, and if there's live music in a place and they're charging you at the door, don't turn around, walk in there and get
I can support
drunk
that.
with the band.
Have a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Have a good time and go see, whether it's us
Support
or
the
anyone
live
else,
music.
live music. Go see local musicians.
Support the Deceivers.
Yes. Thank you so much for being with us today. And then just keep being awesome and making music.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, you're going to want to catch us next time we come back. We're here every other 2 weeks,
Every other Friday.
Yep.
Tune in 12 p.m.
12 to noon. Thanks again for being here, Sean.
Thank you.
Have a good one.